amateurs.imkadred.org. I'm here with someone that I'm sure you'll be familiar with. It's Pimp, aka Big P, from Team PrivatHost. Had a bit of a shock in their game against Foxproof. Let's start there, I guess. You got knocked into the lower bracket by a team I think a lot of people thought you would beat.
Yeah.
What happened?
On first map train, we beat them 16-7, I think. It was pretty easy and like we expected. On Inferno, we come forward. On Inferno, we got forward behind. We got behind pretty fast, and we came back 9-2, I think. And then we lost 2 rounds in decos rounds and get 9-4 and won 11-4. And at T, we just don't got anywhere. We fucked up all our attacks, and so it wasn't pretty good. So we lost 12-0 and lost the map. Tuscan overtime, we lost like 5-6 clutch rounds. We should have won and could have closed the map like 16-10, but we didn't manage, and they played very good, especially Otto. So they beat us and knocked us in lower.
Do you think there can be sometimes an advantage in going into the lower bracket in a tournament with this format, because you'll actually play less maps if you were to make it to the final now than a team that stayed in the upper bracket? So that could keep you guys having a lot more energy. I mean, some people have said that before in Danish tournaments like DS Rack. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't think. I will prefer to go upper bracket, especially if we got a harder way now in lower bracket. If we won and should have played versus Epsilon. So I don't think, no, I think it's pretty bad, and we were pretty down after the match because we lost so many rounds we should have won. So, no, I don't think.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the team. There's going to be a lot of people kind of laughing and, you know, online. Is that fair comment? I mean, do you guys deserve that, do you think? Or, you know, because you said just before we came on camera that you guys were just bad.
Yeah.
Where would you place the blame, and how fair is it for people to take the piss?
I don't think you can call us onliners because we are even worse on internet. So we played very, very bad in Gaming Decode Liga. We dwarfed speed gaming, like our only good result, and then lost to Déjà Vu or Zero Empathy, like they're called now. And yeah, just played very, very bad. We also beat them 16-5 on Tuscan in the Gaming Decode Liga, and yeah. I don't think you can call us onliners, but more that we have just not played our best at this lane yet. Well,
I want to ask you a few questions just about yourself. I'm sure you know where this is going to go, right? So this is the fun part of the interview. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see you here because my understanding was, first of all, that you'd retired. I think you actually did say that, and that you were quitting. I'll come to that in a second. I can show you the page. It's all right, no problem. The other thing was that, of course, there was this potential ban in place for Danish lands following the ambient occlusion thing. I guess we'll start at the beginning. I understand that you said you wanted to come here, clear your name, show you weren't a cheater, that sort of thing. But the reality is you've already been caught. So can you understand people maybe being a bit upset about it all? Or do you think it's people just overreacting because people like internet drama?
I think I fully understand why people hate me because of I cheated. That's fair. I think it was ridiculous. And that should never have happened. But some people just like drama on the internet. Many Danish people who have cheated before and also got caught, just not official, have really, really, they have, how to say it, they like to punch on me, they like to run on me and say I was a cheater and blah, blah, blah. So.
But ultimately, it was only ambient occlusion. It wasn't like you went and downloaded a private hack. Do you see a difference? I mean, for example, I always think ambient occlusion and DX level 95 is kind of the same thing, and people use that and don't think anything of it. So,
I think aimbot and YTA is not the same thing. AO as AO. It's you cannot say cheat is always cheat. It's cheat, and that's how it is. But it's more light kind of cheat. I think, yeah, that's the difference between AO and ambient.
Well, at the time, you did say, you said that you were thinking about just going to quit anyway and not play anymore because of the problems, and there was talk of a 2-year ban from all Danish lands, which actually I think probably is a little bit excessive, but we won't talk about that. Yeah. What made you change your mind and kind of get into the team that you're in now and come to an event such as this?
First of all, I think maybe it was, I can't remember I have said I quit. I think Hunton's right on Catwood, I have said that, but that's not true. But have I get a 2 years ban from lands and stuff like that, I have quit. There's no way to come back from that. So I think the 4 months I got to 2012 is fair, and I think that's why I came back and think I can do this. And I got a fine team, and we're doing pretty well at lane. So.
Well, you had a lot of people that defended you at the time as well. I mean, there were some people who come out and said he's a good player, he's improved quite a bit. I mean, do you think you're one of the kind of rising players within the Danish scene, and maybe you should get some positive attention rather than just negative?
Yeah, I don't think AO is... I don't think that's the way to get positive attention. But before the Blast 3, I played very good with speed gaming, and have proven myself at several lanes, also Copenhagen games. So it's just stupid to do things like that. And I would say to all of you out there, don't. It's just stupid. So.
We didn't force him to say that.
No.
The other thing I got to say is as well, there was an interesting, this is just a side thing, there was an interesting picture of you that cropped up after the mid-occlusion. What do you think is perhaps more embarrassing, wearing a Chelsea shirt or wearing lipstick?
Probably now Chelsea.
Yeah, John Terry's really ruined it for everybody.
But yeah.
No, it was a good picture. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, so look, let's talk a little bit more about other teams here at the event. Everyone's got an opinion on who's going to win, and a lot of the time it's different because the top 4 teams here can beat pretty much each other on their day. A lot of people feel good things about Epsilon now because they beat HKLAN in the Steel Series finals. What do you think?
I said from the beginning I thought Epsilon would win this. They've been very, very strong on the internet, so I think they got a good chance, and Seacrash with Relander is not so strong as they were with Holm. I'm pretty sure about that. Copenhagen Wolf is also showing weakness. They just lost the map to a pretty unknown team.
Yeah, I saw that.
So my top 3 would be Epsilon, Speed Gaming, and Seacrash as third.
Okay. And last question, just to round it off. Yeah. What are you aiming for now? Because obviously you're in the lower bracket. It's going to be hard to maybe get that podium finish or whatever you dreamed of. What's a good finish for you guys now?
Good finish for us would be beating Game Hoppers, and then we're gonna meet Immune, I think, and take 1 match at a time. Definitely we're gonna beat Game Hoppers for cleaning our name. That's just not good enough to lose to Foxproof. So beating Game Hoppers, and we are pretty happy, and take care of what's coming after.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and took a lot of stones. Appreciate it. All the people out there at cadrid.org, stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more video interviews like this one from HKLAN.